One other thing that I want to bring, and maybe you as a CEO will understand this point. Apart from the technical part, right? I previously worked in a company called ABB, and we were doing mainly industrial control systems, like just critical things, right? Controlling power plants or water, running water, just things that cannot go wrong, right?
Yeah.
And by definition, this kind of business, they know they are critical, and they have their policies, whatever. Okay, we do not accept, I don't know, vulnerabilities. We fix the code, blah blah blah. This is one thing. And I also worked in some marketing agencies where we are deploying 2 3 websites to production every day without caring of anything. You click the button, it's working. Thank you, perfect. And uh, and I have my own opinion about this. Like, the business itself should dictate the criticality of how your AppSec should work, because it's not about, okay, if my company has a problem, I will lose money, my employees lose money, whatever, the shares, etc. This is one thing, but what impact I have on the society, right? If I have a bank and my bank is offline, so it's people's money is offline, they are not able to pay or to get their money, whatever. How do you see this? Do you imagine this as well? Like, companies should care about security by the criticality of their business. This is one point, and maybe other points, like they also have the freedom, right? I want to do security or I don't want to do security. Maybe banks, they have more regulations and these things, but apart from that, I see like everybody's doing the way they believe, the way they want, the way they agree, without this thinking on the society. Like, okay, it's mob AI, it's offline. What happens? Okay, your customers stop fixing vulnerabilities, which means that there are more vulnerabilities in production, which means that more softwares in productions around, right? But my e-commerce, which is selling, I don't know, mouses, keyboards, is offline. I'm just losing money. Society is not impacted by that. Someone is without keyboard. It's okay, right? So how do you see this?
So a few things. First of all, I do believe that those that are in charge of create software for power plants, they should do everything in their power to secure it because our life depends on it. I agree. Um, if Amazon goes down on Black Friday, that's a problem, right? It's not life-threatening problem, but it is a major problem that can cost them hundreds of millions of dollars. At the same time, I will say something that people in security don't say much. DevSecOps security vulnerability is not why companies collapse. All the big ones got breached more than once, some of them. If you think about the big ones that are not big ones now, it's not because they were breached, because they failed to compete. It's because they failed to innovate. So for us, we can say, hey, no, you need to fix everything. If you fix everything manually, you cannot compete. You will run out of business. There is a balance, right? I do want companies that I'm a customer of. I do want them to understand the risk, and I do want them to understand to care about my details, because living in the U.S., you get a letter in the mail every oh so often saying your information was part of a breach. Here you can join a class action suit. I don't care about that. I just don't want my information to be breached all the time. It's really annoying. So for us, like, for example, for Mob, I'm not one of those that says the reputation is the most important thing, but for us it is, because I will come to you as a big bank or as a small software company, whatever, and I will ask you, give me your code, give me report that says where the problems are in the code, and trust me, I will take care of you. It's a big ask. So we are taking security extremely seriously. Not every startup should. Other startups, they're not a target yet. So if they don't innovate or move fast, no one will target them in the first place because they will run out of business. So there is that balance. You'll never have enough resources to do everything. So choose how you do it.
Cool, cool. I heard, no, I read a tweet from a girl that I always forget her name, but she's from InfoSec industry in the US as well, a blonde one. I just miss her name. But she was tweeting something like, in the past, men are going out to hunt, right? Otherwise, you will not eat. So the risk taking on the humanity itself, it was always there. You take risks. You don't have the armors or the best guns and so on. You need to hunt, otherwise you starve, right? All the family and all the tribe, I don't know, everybody. Today we have everything in plastic bags on the supermarket. It's much easier. You don't need to hunt. But I think, and this parallel is a very good point. And you bring like very good regarding this balance, right? I take some risks in order to my business to succeed, Or as you said, you are as a mob, you need to take security seriously. Otherwise, if you had a breach on people's code, then you will not succeed at all, right? So there is a balance on the business itself that will dictate what to do and how it depends, but on what to do. I like this point.
Oi, gostou desse corte? Então te aconselho a seguir o perfil que tem muito mais conteúdo e também te convido a continuar o episódio completo na íntegra.